It feels really nice right now. 67 degrees. The air keeps getting drier and drier. The drier the air is, the quicker it heats up and the quicker it cools down. So we're at 67, but that will not last for long once the sun comes up. Humidity at 14% this morning. It's going to be really low, single-digit humidity for us this afternoon. And temperatures, we're going right back at it again, up near the triple digits today. 92 at noon, and then upper 90s by 3 o'clock. We'll top out right at 100 degrees. Yesterday we hit 101. So the heat not going anywhere. Some changes for the end of the week, though. I'll have the details on that coming up in a bit.
Happening now, fire crews are continuing to battle against the massive silver fire that is burning in the Gila.
Yeah, take a look at some of these pictures. Pilot reporter Bob Martin shot them yesterday. This fire keeps growing and it keeps creeping toward the community of Kingston. It's in the mountains just northeast of Silver City. As I mentioned, Sky News 13 was over the fire for a while yesterday and found it is now less than a mile from Kingston. The fire's charred 8,400 acres. None of it is contained and it keeps on getting bigger and bigger. Just look at all the smoke from it. Right now, firefighters on the ground in Kingston with their equipment. They also have portable water tanks. They're ready to put out any flames that reach the community. Also, patrols are working the streets and the roads throughout this area, watching for any flames that could pop up. And there are plenty of other wildfires raging in New Mexico this morning.
Yeah, one of them is the Jaroso fire, which is still growing in the Pecos wilderness. It has burned 6,000 acres. None of it is contained. Choppers, air tankers, and ground crews were all pulled from the fire yesterday because it was just so intense. There are a bunch of dead trees that were knocked down by wind 6 years ago. Well, crews are concerned that the fire will creep towards them. Fortunately, no communities nor buildings are being threatened at this point. And take a look at this video posted on YouTube by a group called Goobers 505. It's of a group of some guys caught right in the middle of the Tres Lagunas fire. Now, they were returning from a fishing trip near Pecos on May 30th, the day it broke out, and you can see them drive right by the flames and get caught up in the smoke. That fire has been burning now for a while. 10,000 acres it's charred. It is now 77% contained. That is some scary video.
No, they're pretty lucky they got out of there. You can see how close they were, just feet from some of those flames on the side of the road. All right, meteorologist Kristen Van Dyke is here. She's, of course, tracking your fire weather. Yesterday morning, you told us the wind and the humidity were not going to help firefighters. And look, 2 big fires in the state blew up yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. Yesterday was really, really rough for the firefighters. I mean, the wind started picking up very early in the day. Extremely dry, extremely hot. The heat doesn't help anything. Of course, it makes it tougher for the firefighters. It also fuels the flames as well. And today, a little break from the wind, but no break as far as the moisture is concerned. You can see relative humidity is out there anywhere from 14% to 22%. It's actually a little drier this morning than it was yesterday, so that's going to be tough conditions for the fires up north and also over in the Gila. Very dry conditions there too, where humidities will drop to single digits later on today. Wind speeds right now, you can see they're mainly out of the north, but very light and variable, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour. Some of you seeing slightly higher winds, but the overall trend with the wind will be a lot lighter than what we saw yesterday, and so that means firefighters, especially right now and for the next few hours when the winds are pretty much calm, we'll be at a little bit of an advantage to try to take control of the fire. Fire weather watches are in effect for parts of the San Juan Mountains up in Colorado, but for us, no red flag warnings to talk about today because of the calmer winds. But the heat sticking around towards the end of the week, we could be talking more storms. I'll have the details on that and let you know how it will impact the fire weather coming up in a bit.
Sounds good, Kristen. Thank you.
Well, don't forget, you can always get the latest on any of the wildfires here in New Mexico anytime at KRQE.com. Just go to our homepage, click the Wildfire tab. Elizabeth?
As expected, there is now officially a fireworks ban in Bernalillo County. The commission unanimously passed the ban last night for unincorporated areas of the county. It prohibits fireworks that shoot up or out. Albuquerque City Council passed a similar ban earlier this month. The county commission voted, and that vote came on the same day. Governor Susana Martinez urged all local governments to pass fireworks restrictions because of the drought, and the deadline is looming. Under state law, cities and counties have to approve drought-based fire restrictions at least 20 days before a holiday like July 4th, which, by the way, is now 22 days away. Well, a little more than 500 people in the Heights are waking up without power.
Check that. P&M just turned the power back on within the last 2 minutes.
Good.
Yeah, for the second morning in a row. Thankfully, these folks have their power on. What P&M was trying to do, they had one last pole to fix. It supports a distribution and a transmission line. They set the pole, they strung the line, and literally just minutes ago they de-energized it. This is off Tramway between Comanche and Montgomery. Nearly a third of P&M's line crew has been working nonstop since about 9 Monday night when wind snapped a number of high voltage power poles in the city, knocked out power to 10,000 homes and businesses.
It probably couldn't happen at the worst time. It's really hot inside and outside, no air conditioning.
All right, we'll keep checking in with P&M. As he says, I just mentioned, we're not going to check back with them anymore because the power is back on. Everything is good to go, and a lot of people are happy about that.
That is a relief because it was quite a mess yesterday trying to get in and around that area.
When you have 100-degree weather outside and there's no AC. All right, 5:06 now. The man accused of shooting up a church in Albuquerque could be back into Duke City as early as today.
He was arrested yesterday in Tucumcari. Police say Billy Chavez got into a fight with his 2 sons at his sister's funeral on Monday. It happened at New Beginnings Church on Montgomery near Carlisle. Security guards escorted the 3 out, and that is when things got ugly.
All of a sudden, the brother that got shot runs between his dad and his other brother, and he says, "Hey, Dad, back off." The father said, "Don't talk to me like that." And so the son pushes him. He says, "Back off." Right then, that quick, he reaches in his back pocket, pulls out a gun and shoots his son, shoots him point blank.
Police say Chavez took off and shot at the security guards who chased after him. His family told state police Chavez was in Tucumcari, and that's where they caught up with him. By the way, the son is expected to be okay. The guy convicted of a hate crime involving a developmentally disabled man is going back to federal prison.
William Hatch violated his probation last month when Farmington police found him here in a car in the middle of the road, slumped over the wheel.
Wake up. Farmington police. You know where you are right now?
Officers there arrested Hatch on DWI charges. A judge sentenced him to 3 months in federal prison, followed by 21 months of supervised probation. 3 years ago, Hatch and 2 other men used a hot wire hanger to brand a swastika on Vincent Key's arm. For that, Hatch was sentenced to more than a year in federal prison and 3 years probation.
New this morning, worried about filling up your DVR with shows that you love? Well, cable provider Comcast unveiled a new compact top box which does away with the hard drive and saves your TV shows online. The unlimited storage box doesn't have a name yet, but it will be available later this year. If you are a breast cancer survivor, here's a chance for you to learn how to fly fish for free. The national nonprofit group called Casting for Recovery is now accepting applications for their fly fishing retreat in August. It is for breast cancer survivors in any stage of recovery. It will be held in Cimarron this August. For more information on the details of this and how to apply, you can head over to our website, KRQE.com, and click on KRQE links.
Yeah, it's an awesome event. It's all expenses paid. They're also looking for volunteers, so if you want to help out, maybe you have someone in your family who's affected by breast cancer, you can go ahead and give some time to them. They'd really appreciate it.
The time right now.